Capricorn, hi. So this is going to be a reading for mid-January 2024, and I'll do the reading for you and then I'll close it off with a oracle card. And these are general readings, so they may not resonate for all of you. If they do, there is an extended at the end of the video. You can check out the link for that in the description box below if you want. Let's see, Cappy. All right, the overall energy for the reading, the Page of Swords. These look like small steps in a particular direction. So that's telling me that there's progress on something you're working on. Okay, we'll just leave it at that for now. Starting off the reading, you get the Temperance card crossed by the King of Pentacles. You've been working on something for a while here, and it's something that has to do with your sense of stability. It's looking like you're making progress there. Could be that this is the representation of it in terms of it's not one of those things where you wake up one day and you're like, oh, I made it. It's one of those that you would feel on a day-to-day basis, you know, as you go. So it's also not looking like slow, like you've been working at this for 30 years. There's progress. There's good things happening here in this department. In your focus, the Ace of Swords, you definitely want to put something into practice here. You want to do something about something. In the recent past, the Wheel of Fortune, something changed, something shifted, possibly tied up to even how you approach this area of your life, you know? There's definitely a change there for the better. Okay, that's good. In your strength, the Five of Swords, there's a little bit of a self-sabotaging energies at play. Sometimes, not all the time. In the immediate future, the Two of Cups. Things are looking good in the Department of Love, possibly here. Supporting this reading, the Queen of Swords. It's that sense of trusting yourself, you know, with wherever you're at, whatever you're doing, just believing that you've got this, you know, and you're looking like you are in this place energetically. The energy that surrounds you, and you may not be aware of it, the Seven of Pentacles. So yeah, I keep seeing progress here. I keep seeing this term being pushed into this reading, which if this is showing up in the hidden energy here, it kind of feels almost like you're not seeing the progress, or maybe you would want to see it like at a bigger scale, like you do want that day when you wake up and it's like everything is in place, you know? You could be at this time not recognizing that, even though at times it feels like nothing is really changing or moving, it kind of is. In your hopes and fears, the Queen of Wands, yeah, it's that, and again, that sense of confidence in self, trusting yourself, trusting your instincts, trusting your clarity, your whatever you got going on through this situation, just trusting yourself overall. You're giving me a sense of maybe at times you're losing that trust. Maybe that's why you're not seeing that things are building up here. In the potential outcome, the Nine of Cups, that's a beautiful energy. It's an energy of emotional balance, stability within yourself, so you feel good about things. Okay, let's clarify. Let me clarify the Page of Swords. You get the Page of Wands, the Chariot, the Ace of Swords. Man, you're putting something into action for sure. I don't even know if it's planned out or if you even know about it. This could be an energy where you wake up one day and you're like, okay, we're doing this, you know, almost out of nowhere. But it feels right. It feels in tune with where you're at and what you're going for. You know what I mean? So it's a good energy for sure. Let's do the Temperance card. The Hermit, the Emperor, the Devil. What is this? lack of trust. It's there. It's not there in the way I see you going about it, but it's there as an energy. It's almost like, what are you talking about, lack of trust? I trust myself. I know what I'm doing. I'm good. So you would be feeling that, but it's there. Whenever you get close to doing something about your own sense of stability, or whenever you're in the middle of doing it, you may have those times where you stop and you're like, oof, am I doing this right? Like, can I do this? Things like that. It's not a lot, but it's there. Let's do the King of Pentacles, the Six of Swords, the Six of Wands, the Seven of Swords. This is interesting. There's definitely a shift at play too, from the way you used to do things to how you're approaching things and how you're doing things now. It's just different. It's showing up as different. Different good. In terms of maybe how you approached your sense of stability and working in that direction was very, very different even a day ago from what it is now. It has changed, and it's still changing. You're still in this change. Let's do the Ace of Swords. In your focus, the High Priestess, the Seven of Cups, the Seven of Pentacles. Using your intuition a lot here, and it works. It really, really works. Your intuition is definitely right by your side, guiding you through any kind of choice you're making, any kind of action you're taking here. Looks good. Looks like it's working out. Let's do that Wheel of Fortune in the recent past. The World card, the Magician, the Hangman. Yeah, interesting. This is almost like a planning period of time. Like, what do I want to do next? So I want to do this and that and that and that. And you've come from this place of what looks almost like stagnation, because if you're planning something out, you're not going to do anything, into now you're in the energy of action. You're actually doing something about something here. So it feels good. All of it feels good. Let me do the Five of Swords. In your strength, the Eight of Cups, the Strength card, the Four of Pentacles. Ooh. You're saying to me, look, I'm more open, where I'm not getting stubborn, especially about silly things and things like that. Like, I'm more open to pretty much anything. I'm not hanging on to things in the way that I used to, and blah, 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 blah. And why blah, blah, blah? Because you're not. You're still very much in this energy of getting stubborn on even small things here. You could be telling that to yourself, and you could be actually believing that, but I see the energy here where you're not letting certain things go, and that's a pretty deceptive energy, because it's going to be in your way. It's you basically standing in your own way. And look at the little stuff here, especially. I see this energy being pointed out towards little things, in terms of not letting shit go. That you're claiming, no, I've worked on that. I'm getting better at that. What are you talking about? I'm good. I'm letting everything go, and I'm open from every direction. And okay, but no. Two of Cups in the immediate future, the Empress, the Page of Cups, the King of Cups. There is love here in your life. I'm not sure if it's shown up here in the immediate future, or if it's been here and it's just being experienced. It's just being, the energy opens up here. I kind of get the sense that for the most part it's been here. I don't feel like it's new, but for some of you it could be a new situation. It's almost like blooming as you do this, and it makes sense to me when I see something working out. When you're working on something that has to do with you personally, and you are making progress in that direction, that opens you up for other areas of your life where it's looking like, okay, no worries there, everything's fine there. It's just kind of rolling. They roll together hand in hand. So this could be very like a a breath of fresh air, almost, how it shows up here, you know, as you're focusing on this, which is a pretty down to earth and pretty steady, but at the same time, kind of a heavy energy in a good way. This feels like this feels good. Okay, let's go back to work, you know, kind of feels like that a little bit. So whatever this is, pay attention to it, and I feel like you are. Take that time for it, to explore it as well. For the Queen of Swords, for the supportive energies, you get the Lovers, the Three of Swords, the Six of Pentacles. There's a little bit of feeling at this time that things aren't equal give and take, especially when it comes to the situation of love. It could be that maybe you're giving a whole lot of energy to this project or whatever you got going on, and you know subconsciously that I'm not showing up for this in the way that I want to, and maybe in the way that I should, because most of my focus is here in this other department of my life. So there's a little bit of almost acknowledgement over the fact that things are a little off there in that department of equal give and take, tied up to this connection. Let's do the Seven of Pentacles in the hidden energies, the Four of Wands, the Nine of Pentacles, the Five of Cups. Yeah. There's that lack of balance between, okay, so you're dealing with this, whatever this is. Let's say it's work, right? Or you're starting off a project, it's looking good, it's making progress. All of it is fine, and you've got this other situation that has to do with your heart. And this is the second time you're acknowledging that there's a little bit of lack in that balancing act between the two. You know, are you giving too much here, which in turn has you give a little less here? At times you may be giving a little too much here, taking your attention off of here, you know. Who knows? But at this time, there's definitely an acknowledgement of a lot more attention on whatever this is, which makes it a little less attention on the matters of the heart here. You are showing me commitment, an important connection, filled with love, with all sorts of things, but you are seemingly upset too, at least energetically speaking, because I feel like this is not a conscious realization necessarily on your part. It's more... it's more like the energies are coming through to show me there's an uneven kind of a scale here between the two. Especially because it's hidden from you where you're not seeing it. So it's like whenever you're engaged into who knows what aspect of your life, are you sure it's not absorbing all of your energy to the extent of losing sight of something else in your life that is as important, you know? So it's kind of like trying to find that balance between the two at this point. Let's do the Queen of Wands in your hopes and fears, the Two of Swords, the Ace of Wands, the Four of Cups. You're a little upset too for that lack of trust in self, where you do seem to have everything in place. You have the courage, you have the determination, you have the clarity, you have pretty much all the energies are aligned so that you have everything it takes to go ahead and do whatever it is you're planning to do here, or maybe you're already doing it, whatever. So you have everything in place, and there's that little seed of doubt at times that makes you go bonkers, makes you go like, I don't have shit. I'm not good for this. I'm not ready for this. I'm not this. I'm not that. Luckily, this energy is not there long enough for you to completely lose it. I still see you putting effort and energy into whatever this is. But it does get to you at times, you know? And you seem to be upset about it. Almost upset with yourself that you go in that direction of lack of trust in self. Which, don't be upset. It happens. Just acknowledge it, accept it, get past it. And to some extent you're doing it. The only thing that you're doing that's going to be a disadvantage to you is the fact that you're getting upset with yourself. You know, try not to. Let's do the Nine of Cups in the potential outcome. You get the Nine of Cups, again the Queen of Cups, the Ten of Cups. Everything's going to be fine, and I do see that balance being restored, for especially between matters of the heart and whatever you got going on here. There seems to be a sense of balance being brought back into place. So you're looking pretty good here with whatever you got going on. Just little things here and there that you need to pay attention to, but other than that, should be good to go. Let's see what the universe has. The Ten of Pentacles, the Four of Pentacles, the Hermit. Yeah, you're looking good. And again, your energy is definitely leaning a lot at this time towards whatever you got going on around your own sense of stability, which perfect. Maybe that's work, maybe that's a project, maybe that's something you're doing for yourself there. And that's the energy where you're like, I'm not stubborn, I'm not hanging on to things, I'm not, that I mentioned earlier, you're actually hanging on to this energy quite a bit. Like, no, I gotta do this, you know, somewhere in the back of your mind it's there. And that's that sense of just let it go. You're there, you're doing it. You don't need to hang on to it so tightly. It'll flow if you find that balance, especially between this and whatever else you got going on that's important in your life. Everything's fine. And you know how to do that because the Hermit is here. You know, and the universe is kind of pointing out towards that energy a lot, towards that sense of even stubbornness at times, of hanging on to things, you know, especially when it comes to this department of your life that I see you so active in at this time. Try to loosen up in there where you do let go, you know, of certain things. All right, let's do the Enchanted Map Oracle. I forgot to get my glasses on. Alright. Out of the way. You get number 53. Listening. Let's see what you're listening to. Of course. All right. An open heart will hear the message. When this card appears, you're being reminded that there is a time to speak and a time to be silent. Now is an occasion for listening. Pay attention not only to what is being spoken, but also to what is not being said at the moment, for the deeper message is not always obvious. Listen with your heart, not just with your ears, and you'll find clarity. Receiving the listening card is a fortunate sign and ensures a greater understanding of your circumstances. Cool. That's what I have for you. Hope this helped, and I'll see you next time. Bye.